Welcome, everyone, to the live stream. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Matt Rose. What's up, Matt?
I'm all right. Good morning or good evening, wherever you are. I've got a bit of a horsey throat.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this because I'm very excited that we are getting a fourth Matrix movie. Also excited, besides Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss is returning. You got Jada Pinkett Smith is returning. But then we have a whole bunch of new people going to be in there. And one of the biggest things we heard was that the Merovingian is returning. The actor that plays the Merovingian. So this is going to be a huge deal. Now, the only thing I'm upset about is we don't got Morpheus in this one, at least not Lawrence Fishburne, which that is disappointing. And Hugo Weaving, of course, we don't got him either as Agent Smith. But there's supposedly another antagonist in this. So we got Neil Patrick Harris, we got Jessica Henwick, Jonathan Groff, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. Try to say that 5 times fast.
Yes, so, I remember Jessica Henwick. She's done lots at the minute.
Yes. What's up, Philip?
Hello.
How are you? We were just talking about the fourth Matrix movie.
Oh, I know nothing about that, so you can fill me on what that's
right. The
about.
Merovingian. You've seen all the Matrix movies, correct?
Yeah, over the years, yes, yeah.
The Merovingian is coming back. So that is exciting things. You remember him, right?
Yeah.
And we got a whole bunch of people returning, with the exception, I believe, of Lawrence Fishburne, which. Oh, somebody just came in and stepped out.
I think Connor wants to come in or something, and
he zapped out. So.
And then Tim wants to come up because he says he wants. But you know what Tim's like? Once he gets a drink and he wants to do a cast. So if you want to send one to Tim, you can.
Okay, so someone who was that just popped in and popped out? That was Connor.
I don't know. Was it? I didn't see. I was too busy writing something on my phone, so I didn't see that.
Okay.
Did you send the link to Connor?
Not yet. Okay, let me see. Where's Connor? Hold on. I have to add them in too. So hold on. I think we can only have 6 in here. Where is Connor? Okay. Let's see. Who's in the lobby? Anybody? Scott has a link. Beefhead has a link, and Connor has a link. But could we fit them? Let's see, 3 more could fit, I think.
Is that? Oh, you only can fit 6 people.
6 total.
That's a bit shit. That's a bit shitty.
That is right. That is, yeah. Well, remember Google Hangout? We had 27.
Something like
the most, right?
There we go.
We got Scott in, so there's room for Connor and Beefhead if they can come in.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was talking to Scott. I was saying how the Merovingian is going to be returning to the Matrix.
Okay, good.
The fourth Matrix movie. Jada Pinkett Smith is also returning, but no word on Lawrence Fishburne.
So we're going to have.
And no word about Hugo Weaving either.
Okay, I was about to ask if that was going to happen.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it because it's supposed to come out 2021 May. So they'll be filming it this year for next year.
Yeah, that's good.
Which they may be a potential thing for a trilogy if they decide to do that. So again, I'm a huge fan of the Matrix movies. There's Beefhead.
There's Beef.
Beefy Weefy.
Hello, Beefhead.
Yes, good evening. I'm speaking to you via the medium of StreamYard.com.
What's going on?
StreamYard by the long yard.
We were talking about the Matrix 4.
Oh, okay. As in the movie. Yeah.
What is his name? The Merovingian's returning, but not Hugo Weaving, as far as I know.
Look, at the end of the day, they're getting Keanu Reeves back, and I don't know what it is. There seems to be a massive renaissance with people revisiting what worked really well for them. So you've got Eddie Murphy's doing Coming to America.
Beverly Hills Cop.
You got a Beverly Hills Cop. You've got and the thing is, Keanu doesn't age.
I know.
No.
And
I know.
And I'll tell you what. Last weekend, I watched John Wick 3.
What'd you think of it?
It's. Can I use a cursive word?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
That's right.
And
I still gotta watch it.
And you know what? I love it.
Yes.
Oh wow!
I
still gotta
love
watch
One
it.
coming of that
Do you know
too.
It's sort of. I'm sorry, but I understand it's 2019 and it's now 2020. We're all obviously very sensitive to people's issues, but I just like it when people are punching people in the face and shooting them.
Yeah.
And
But of
I still
course,
gotta watch it.
The second John Wick movie not so
hold
great.
your breath.
The second John Wick movie not so great. The first
Yeah,
one
I felt the same.
not so great. The first one classic,
Yes.
and it will never ever be topped. The third one, okay, it's not great, but I'll tell you what, it plays to my baser instincts.
Right.
Yeah.
In the second one, did you feel more sympathy for the dog than him at the end, or?
Look, do you know what? I didn't care. To be honest. I wanted to.
I mean,
I just wanted John Wick to punch people in the face.
Right. What's up, Connor?
So to have Matrix 4 is great.
Yeah, I'm excited for Matrix 4. Definitely.
Is Matrix 4 and John Wick 4 still coming out on the same day?
I doubt that will happen. I don't think they will come out the same day.
Year.
Same day, probably not.
Do you know what I'd be interested? Do you know what I would be really interested to see is that Keanu Reeves. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'm pulling the cherry because I want to talk to you all seriously, like really in depth. Is that if you think about all the great stars of like the 70s or the 80s and how they've aged and everything like that. So you have people like Jimmy Caan or Jack Nicholson and how they aged and everything like that. And they aged and they said, do you know what? Yeah, we're gonna dial it back. We're just not gonna do not so much and everything like that. Whereas the people like Keanu, they just keep going.
Yeah,
I know.
They like Duracell bunnies, to be honest with you. They don't age, they keep going.
They keep getting better.
But do you know what? I'd love to see. The only exception to that I would probably put in is Brad Pitt, because Brad Pitt is just like chill AF.
Yeah.
And he's like a latter day version of Jeff Bridges. Yeah, being the dude abides and everything like that. You will have that. He will become no. I
knew you were going to say that. I just had to throw that in.
Xenu will not let Cruz go. But I will be interested to see what will happen when Keanu gets to a certain age, and we'll just say, now instead of being like, he will be the not the monitor, but it's he'll be the architect as opposed to being Neo. Mm-hmm. That will be an interesting take to see what happens with it.
Oh, so you don't think he's going to be the one anymore? You think he's going to be like the Morpheus to this new character?
I don't know. I don't know. Because the thing is, if you think about it, most of the guys who were back in the day doing those movies, they can all still hang.
Right.
Yeah. So
we also got, I don't know if anybody saw, Eddie Murphy did an excellent job on Saturday Night Live. It was like the best Saturday Night Live in decades.
Yes. Especially when he brought back the neighborhood stuff and everything.
Everything.
He brought back Gumby. As soon as he threw in that first curse word, he sort of like looked at it, and all the rest of the cast was like, and Murphy was like, fuck it, I'm just going to run with this shit.
Right.
And he did, he did not care. That freed him up.
Yes.
The Gumby stuff was great. The Mr. Rogers neighborhood stuff was stuff. Buckwheat,
everything. Perfect.
That was it. This was the jolt me on the SNL needed, because
this was the hit that they needed.
It's just become middling comedy. and
it's dull. It's lackluster. I mean, I don't even watch it anymore.
It's disposable, and
he showed how it was done.
Yeah, that's it. Not being funny, and I'm a big fan, as you guys know, of blaxploitation cinema of the 1970s. Dolomite,
Yes.
and Dolomite Is My Name on Netflix with Murphy is a tremendous film.
Wow. And now he's back. He's full-fledged. He's coming to America. He's also
coming
doing
to America. He's already wrapped on Beverly. He's already wrapped on Coming to America. Beverly Hills Cop 4, I think it is now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they're going to make an R instead of PG-13.
Yeah.
So
he's
going to have a lot to work with.
And he's going back to doing stand-up as well.
Yes.
The SNL thing is saying that he's going back to doing stand-up.
Supposedly he's going to be doing another Shrek with Mike Myers again.
I was listening to who's else? I think it was recently. I was listening to, it was either a Mark Maron or a Joe Rogan podcast, and they were talking about Eddie Murphy. I think it was Mark Maron, and he said that the crazy thing about Eddie Murphy is that it's sort of like he's just taking all this time out. Because he stepped away at it, which was the real massive point of his career, and you sort of like you said, you know what? Yeah, I stepped away from it. When spent time with his family, raised his kids, and but do you know what? He's walked back in, and he's just like bang.
Right. More popular.
We're going to do a Pluto Nash Part 2.
He was more popular than before. He picked up where he left off, and now
I've still got a love for Pluto Nash, man. Pluto Nash is my
yeah, but he just basically picked up where he left off, and now he's skyrocketing to the top again.
If you did not have Murphy, you would not have.
Well, Chappelle did that too, though. He came back and boom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Chappelle stepped away and everything like that. Yeah. But it's a case of if you did not have Pryor, if you did not have Murphy, you would not have Chappelle.
For what he was talking about in his Netflix thing too. So
well, yeah, I mean, Chappelle has always talked about that, and he's always pushing. Sticks and Stones is a tremendous thing. I've watched it once. I rewatched it again, not last night, the night before. So because I just started thinking, am I getting the full significance of this?
Right.
But Murphy was doing that when he was like 21, 22. When he did Delirious. So if you think about and thankfully it's a product of the time we didn't have Twitter then, because obviously there are things that he would have been cancel cultured for.
It's like Sam Kinison too when he came out in the 80s. Everybody goes, "Oh my God!" But if he says that stuff now,
that's it. Yeah, you will never ever see the likes of Sam Kinison again. You will never see the likes of Pryor again. To be honest with you, I think the thing with Sam Kinison is that and this is like turning into our classic comedy cast. Kinison, the thing with Kinison is that it will stay true. No matter where you are, that is timeless. It's case of, you want to see a guy who's married, is like,
I know. Or Rodney Dangerfield also. He was funny.
Dangerfield, Dangerfield.
I loved him.
Dangerfield, Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald.
They're the king. I'm sorry, they are the true kings of comedy.
Yeah,
they're classics. And just think, if Kinison decided to go into the Reverend, became a Reverend, we would have missed out on all that stuff.
Yeah, that is very true. He did train to be a Reverend.
And another Earthiest, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you're a fan of the podcast, because Mark Maron was really good friends with Kinison.
There was talks about how he was drunk off his ass or stoned off his ass real bad one time. His brother had to not stand in, but Kinison would stand close to the mic, and he had to voice the stuff through. I will say this much:
there's never any shortage of stories about Sam.
I've got his first tape, and I've got his second on CD. His third CD, it was okay.
George Carlin too. I went to see him in the Beacon Theater. George Carlin, I loved him.
Yeah, okay.
7 words you can't say on television. Got that album somewhere.
Monk says it's nice to see you again, Beef.
I'm very much a comedy historian. So I'm when you say like Kinnison or anything like that, you're preaching in my church. It really are.
I'm sorry. Give me the classic guys as well. So it's to me the ones today. It's like you're basically waiting. You're dying.
The thing is, Phil, Matt, and Connor can't really comment on this. So if I say like, Bob Newhart, excellent, amazing, and he still is now. He still is.
And
now.
Carson was good too.
Johnny Carson.
Soupy sales.
Yes.
Look,
which proved Flip Wilson, which a lot of times proved that you don't have to be dirty like these guys in the 80s were to be funny. I mean, granted they walked that line every now and then, but more of their stuff was more like suggested. It was in the back of your head, yeah. And I think that a lot of times that's made things a lot funnier is the fact that
my comedy stones go back to like years. Yeah, it's even the Steve Allen stuff. I love Steve Allen. Oh God, what's his name?
Jack Parr.
Jack Benny. Some of the Jack Rickles. I love, man. Oh, Don Rickles. Oh,
Don Rickles. Yes, definitely Don
Rickles. Yeah, much missed. But that's it. There's
Tim Conway, Harvey Korman, Carol Burnett.
Yeah.
You know, like they're big ones.
All of that. Even Stephen Wright, to be honest with you, the deadpan stuff.
Yes.
Is tremendous.
The unknown
comic from the Gong Show.
Yes.
Long stuff. All right, some of these guys, the new guys, are like, what the hell are they talking about?
Matt Ray Phillip have no
idea.
Guys. Rip Taylor, and another funny thing about Rip Taylor.
I know who Don Rickles is.
Yeah.
Because he was in from the Scorsese's films.
Mm.
Yeah.
The funny thing about Rip Taylor is I was watching the Password episode where he took off his wig and revealed how bald his general hair color was. I'll never forget that. I was staying with Dad at the time. I was 21.
And for you youngsters, you may have seen Rip Taylor in what's it called? Jackass 2.
Yeah.
Or Roast Your Loved One if you're a fan of Amazon Women on the Moon. Right, I'll let you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go have a bath.
Well, we've been talking about like stuff coming back, like the Matrix 4. Did anybody see Last Blood? Like the Rambo movie?
No, I want to see that. I want to see that.
I do want to see it. We poke fun at it, but I do want to see it.
That's on my list.
Yeah, that's on the list too.
Good. I can definitely say I went and saw Doolittle.
You saw Doolittle?
That was real good. That was
good?
Quite good. That was quite good, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Bad Boys is number one. In fact, remember how Bad Boys was supposed to be a trilogy, but then they cut it back to one movie? Yeah. Now it's getting another movie because it's a hit already. So Bad Boys.
I went and saw it yesterday, and it was quite good.
Yeah. So Bad Boys, that's getting. And how about all the shows coming back, like Saved by the Bell revival?
Yeah.
Yes, because they're filming that at the minute.
Revival. Quantum Leap is coming back. Revival.
Yeah.
But a new cast, though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No Dean Stockwell or no Thingamabobby?
Not yet.
Well, the guy who played Scott Bakula, I thought he was supposed to be on one of the NCIS.
He's but they are the new Quantum Leap. Hopefully, the new Quantum Leap is good. Hopefully, they get Scott Bakula in there to appear in the pilot or whatever that the new series.
They don't go overboard with it.
Right. It could, you know what they could play it off? They could play it off that it's like the students of like, Scott Bakula or something. And
all you need to do is have Ziggy.
Yes.
Yeah. Going through different avatars. And then it goes through Scott Bakula, it goes through Dean Stockwell, and then it goes on to whoever is going to be doing his mate, companioning him through time. And that's what it is. There you go. That's your first episode. Bang, bang, bang.
Right. Which I'm happy Quantum Leap's come back.
I'll tell you what's coming back. And I noticed you've been Mr. Matrixlord212. Been speaking to Gary at Nerdrotic, and you've been speaking to the Mr. Bolshevik Media, where you guys may have a difference of opinion, which is all acceptable because this is 2019, 2020. Is Ghostbusters is coming back?
Yes, that is interesting because here's the thing. Okay. I'm interested in it because it has to do with Egon Spangler's children. Well, his child and his grandchildren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't show everything in the trailer. Supposedly all the Ghostbusters are back, you know, helping
Which to
the
me
kids.
is a good thing. They didn't show everything.
Did you notice the name on the mine?
Oh, it has to. Yes, it's the guy that was the collector of the Guazarian artifact.
Mine,
from the video game.
And who built one of the guys who basically made the building from the first movie.
Yes.
So the steel mill is the steel that went to make the building to call for Zool.
Right, and Zool was probably in this.
And well, you see the Devil Dogs. You see see a flash of the Devil Dogs. And yeah. So yeah, we are putting to one side what happened with that film, which you liked. Okay, do you know what I mean?
I wasn't going to give a nod to the.
Look, here's the thing that they weren't allowed to make it that it was connected. They had strict orders that they had to get Bill Murray to sign a thing to allow them to do it, but the clause was they couldn't recognize any of the Ghostbusters. They had to make it like it was another universe. So it wasn't like they did it on their own. They were forced not to have them in there like that.
It was opposite day.
So my whole point is that even Paul Feig is in talks where they may do a movie at some point, like they did in the comics, like a crossover movie, which is fine. You have a whole.
Sorry, ain't gonna happen. That was opposite day. First movie they go to the top of the building. Second movie they go down.
Right.
But yeah, like I say, that's I don't think we'll be seeing them again. But exactly. Yeah, less said, sooner spending. But
I never thought we would have another Rocky, but we're having another Rocky soon. So
what? Rocky takes iron tablets.
No, there's another Rocky. He's doing another Rocky. The heck, Creed's happening still by itself.
How can you do another Rocky movie when
I don't know? This is what I was trying to talk to Scott about. I have no idea.
Here we go. It's going to be Rocky 5 or 6, the medal or.
You had Rocky 5. Rocky.
Yes,
5,
they are using Harold Ramis in footage to be in the movie. Yes.
Well, I think you would probably have. Oh my God! Do we have like a chat thing or something?
Yes, we do.
Oh my God! I can be answering in live real time.
Yes, you can read them. You can read them. I like this. This is a nice.
Okay. So you had Rocky 5, then you had Rocky Balboa. Now I don't know what's it. Rocky goes to the chemist. Rocky regrets life decisions.
To me, I don't understand why he's not doing Creed.
When you've done 2 Creed movies, I don't think there's much more that he could do with regards to that. I don't see what Stallone can do now.
I would rather see another expendable movies, rated R, and then what they could do is what I always thought, which they should have done with this last one, is when they show the dog tags, they have all the classic people like Yul Brynner, have Yul Brynner's name from something, have Steve McQueen's name from some movie, but have one of them have all those. The guy who did Shaft, have his name is
Richard Roundtree.
Roundtree.
See, I'm worried about
it. Tags set up in some way to where it was one of their characters they played.
The Rambo movie is going to be political, and it's going to have to do with the border wall and immigration. And Rocky feels bad for this person that's trying to jump the wall to become an American, to be with America. That he does something to train him.
Are you saying he's a
social justice warrior?
No.
He's training the kid to fight.
He's a strong and diverse character coming from.
He's training the kid to fight. That way, if he wins, he becomes an American citizen or something. He's taking from his own movie of Victory in a way. Remember Victory, the soccer? Remember that? Where if they
Escape to Victory, we called it.
Right, they won, but then they escaped in the crowd and become free. And so he's doing.
No, they were in a prison camp, which is slightly different. But yeah,
right.
But I get what you're trying to say. Yeah, that's probably the wrong way to tack it. To be honest with you, the only way that you can enjoy American citizenship is to literally just beat up a white guy. Is probably ill-conceived.
Well, you know what? He's got a lot of ideas. I mean, he wanted to do Tango and Cash, and Kurt Russell's people even remember what that is.
Like I say,
he won't do it.
I was speaking to some people the other day, and I think this is what this cast should be, which is bringing it back. And you look at people who've done past properties or past franchises and say, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, don't go to this one because that might be a bad idea. Go to this one. So if you think about what I was talking, the one I was talking about the other day was Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't want him to go back to do Predator because there's been so many other films.
God, no.
Well, hold on. I would because they ruined Predator, so he has to be in Predator.
Okay. If he went back and did Twins 2, I'd watch that. But Terminator, we've tried so many times.
No.
Just give it up. What I want is I want Old Man Conan.
Me too. I've been dying that for ages. Yes.
And that's the thing that they teased at the end of the movie. Here is Conan settled. That's
if
what
that's
I
his last movie. Let that be his last movie. Right. Like.
Boom.
You got me. You got my money.
There you go. That's.
But I disagree with you. The Predator is so damaged beyond repair that I feel if they would have put him in there originally and stopped trying to go with the young guys, he would have. It would have did so much better.
I can tell you how the best way to do Predator now. Do it guerrilla style and just follow Gary Busey around for like a week with a camcorder and just and tell him it's like a guerrilla filmmaking. That would be the best Predator movie you will get now.
And we're getting an Alien movie by Disney and Ridley Scott.
Oh yes, and hello, Comics Fun Sticks Boy 73. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Terminator's burned, so let's have old man Conan. Let's have King Conan. That's the movie that I want.
Definitely.
See, no one realized that they wanted that movie till we said, "Yeah, King Conan." That'd be so cool.
And it's funny how Marvel's got the rights now again to the comics, and they put him with the Avengers. That's hysterical. So
yeah, that's what it is. Bringing it back. That's what I think now is.
Now the new Cannonball Run is a sequel. It's supposed to be so many decades later, just having a whole new cast and picking it up.
That's pretty much what it's. Hollywood is only going to.
It's making a sequel, and I know
sequels, remakes, reboots. That's pretty much half of Hollywood.
Well, now Jaws, they're bringing Jaws back also.
I heard about that. Who's doing it?
See, I don't know, but I said once they started doing the Sharknadoes thing and all that other stuff, the money's there. Like, people really want to see Jaws, not the other nonsense. Yeah. And with E.T. being a super hit as a commercial for 5 minutes or 3 minutes, people loved E.T. That was
Disney,
viral.
Yeah, Disney's dropping. In the 20th century, when they reboot when they
E.T. was definitely.
Yeah, and a lot of people
loved it
about that.
I love the E.T. Did you guys see the E.T.?
Yeah.
Commercial.
Now Jaws, I'd watch because I think that they could do it really quite convincingly these days with the technology that they have.
Because look how good the Meg was.
Yeah, exactly.
Meg alone, I loved.
But I wouldn't watch it.
Yes, story not so much.
I wouldn't watch it unless it was Spielberg doing it. and that's never going to happen. So
no, I tell you what, I will say the only difference, if it wasn't Spielberg, I would get the guy that did Deep Blue Sea.
Okay.
Because anyone who can have a big thing where Sam Jackson is saying, "Hey, let's go kill these sharks" and everything like that, and then the shark comes out. And that subverts your expectations. So
that was a great movie. Yes, I agree. So yeah, we got Cannonball Run 3. They are. What else do we?
I want to see another Gumball Rally. I'm sorry. To me, that's still.
And wait, the Dark Universe may be scrapped, but Amy Pascal has hired Paul Feig to do a Universal movie with all the monsters, where they fight each other, like House of Dracula, all that stuff, like Frankenstein, Wolfman. So he's going to do a united movie where they're going to appear in there. He's writing the script right now.
I still think Russell from that.
That sounds absolutely terrible.
It does. I'm not sold on that either.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Damn you, cis white male privileges.
Especially because I don't think Paul Feig, apart from Bridesmaids, is great.
The only thing I want to see from all that, which would have been good, was to see Russell Crowe do Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because he was that. Him and Cruise in that Mummy movie, I loved. That
well, they're not. They don't. Their Speed Zone is no more canon. They took it out of canon. They do it in movies sometimes.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what though.
Just reboot Cannonball Run.
I'll tell you what though, for free. I think that Elizabeth Moss Invisible Man is going to be a sleeper hit this year. I think that's going to do really well.
But Invisible Woman's not going to do well at all. That with what's his name? Oh God, what's her name? She did Charlie's Angels.
Oh yeah,
Kristen Stewart.
No.
The one who mouthed off about.
Are you talking about Elizabeth Banks?
Yes, she's doing Invisible Woman. Yes.
That would be shit. But Elizabeth,
to be honest with you, you can have Kristen Stewart on screen because the facial emotions would just make her.
Stewart's actually good in Underwater.
Not being funny. It's like frozen in time.
Right.
Yeah, Paul Feig's a hack.
I don't rate any of these movies apart from Bridesmaids.
And they're trying to bring a Highlander back also.
Oh God.
Highlander.
No. I'll tell you what. That you could probably update because Game of Thrones is what it was.
Yeah.
I think Cannonball Run, you can't do that as a continuation. You can bring that back now, but you've got a lot of car movies, which is like Fast and the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. Do you really need more car movies at the moment? I don't think you need, I think, a big all-star comedy vehicle. You need something like, do you know what? That nothing will ever be as good to clear the decks as in to have something like a Zucker Brothers movie. Because I tell you what, to cut through all the crap that there is in cinema these days and the way things are, Airplane did it in the late 70s, early 80s. Scary Movie did it in the 90s. And they tried to do it with that 49 movie, and it didn't work. But I think you need to have that shotgun parody movie.
They need to get up. They're so afraid of offending.
Like Naked Gun and Police Squad type thing.
You need to have one of those things that would just be like cinema mouthwash, for want of a better description. That would just like take all this bullshit out.
Now, the last Starfighter, they finally got the rights to. They're going to do a sequel to that after how many decades?
Oh, God, I lost count of how many times I saw that on HBO.
Well, considering there's only probably, the lad left because, what's his face is dead, isn't it? And not being funny, it's like, I suppose what you have to do then is you have to supplant it from an arcade to a console. So you're pulling a Jumanji on that.
I always said the one movie which I would think would work really great today would be, I can't remember if it was 80 or 81, but it had Albert Finney, James Coburn, and Susan Day. It was Looker. And that movie, with what we have today, with all the streaming services, that would work perfect today.
Hey, look, I tell you what. I tell you what would work. Tron, Tron 3.
I would want to see a Tron.
That's all I want to make me happy.
Yeah, no.
Tron 3, because I tell you what, Tron Legacy, whatever, I think is still an amazing film.
I've seen a lot of debate, and it is technically coming back. Is how well Top Gun Maverick's going to do?
Yes, I think it's going to do excellent.
I think so too. But also, I think it will draw a line because it's a case of bringing the guy out of mothballs type thing.
Mm-hmm. I still think it's going to be phenomenal.
You're out of date. You still have relevancy, but it's a one-time trick. So yeah, I do think that. Yeah, it's sad that it took Tony Scott to throw himself off a bridge to get this done, but well, it's true, he did, wasn't it? The ironic thing was that it sort of like, I think that was the thing that sort of, it was in the realms of actually being made when he actually committed suicide. Had he have not done it as swiftly, he probably would be the guy directing it. That's the crazy thing surrounding it.
I am happy we are getting a movie where Robert Englund's playing Freddy again.
Yes.
They're trying to get the script ready for that. I'm happy about that. It will be the last film he ever gets to play as Freddy.
Which for me, have him a good send-off, which would have been.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't have Jason because that's too much legal battles.
Dipshit.
We're never going to see that for like
that
years.
I think where you have crossover things, you don't need to blend it too much, to be honest with you. But
he's coming out of retirement.
If they've got England coming back to do one more, then I tell you what, make it like give them a decent blowout. To be honest. Then make it akin to the first or the second one.
Yeah.
Do you know what? If you said to Johnny Depp, "Hey, look, where's?"
Definitely.
Oh, he would do it.
Where's Craven has gone? So he's but get Heather Langenkamp back. Get Johnny Depp back. Just get literally make it a cameo fest. I don't care. They could be working. They could be working behind the store at the.
Right.
In any way, he could easily morph into one of those.
They could be in the dream world.
That character anyway. So.
No, just make it like. If you want to pick that, but it's not going to impact the story. So just have. Do you know what? Even have Robert Englund do a cameo as himself.
Yes.
Yeah, just like working in the burger shop or some stuff like that. So
right.
Nothing that has any impact on the story.
Get the guy that played him in the reboot to have like Freddy kill him.
Hey, look, I'm not going to knock Jake O'Hurley anyway.
No, I love him, but I did not like him.
But in Watchmen, he kicks in the ass.
No, he does. RoboCop's coming back. A sequel to the first RoboCop. A racing canon of the rest of the franchise.
I think you mean the Sam Jackson RoboCop.
Yes, the original RoboCop.
So you're talking the piece of.
In other words, the guy that directed the first one.
Yeah.
Is coming back to do. They are erasing 2 from canon and all the other movies from canon.
Okay, I will give him his dues because I tell you what, he's a hell of a writer.
Yeah.
He did. He was on Harmon Town podcast about 3 or 4 months ago. And he's a hell of a writer. And to be honest with you, RoboCop is a bang on point movie as a satire, as a spoof of the world as it was then. And thematics, because what you need to remember is the same guy who wrote RoboCop is the same guy who wrote the first Starship Troopers movie.
Yes. Which I like the first.
Think about that. That's still the best Star.
I like that movie too.
That's still the best.
Which I heard that's coming back too.
Yeah. So I'll happily give that a go, but RoboCop will always be the pinnacle.
Yes, and I have the
Up
video
there as like movies that I would never touch or change anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll buy that for the dollar too. Ah, good line.
Yes.
What else coming back? I'm trying to think now. Trying to remember. Well, Gremlins unfortunately is going to be an animated thing. Not happy about that. So we got screwed out of that one.
Does Bond count, seeing as we haven't had a film in like 3 decades?
What's that?
Does Bond count, seeing as we haven't had a film in like 3 decades, or at least it feels like that?
No. You didn't expect it that much?
No, I didn't. No, I did like well, because it's been 5 years since the last one, so I'm saying it feels like.
Has it really been 5 years? It doesn't seem like it, really.
Yeah, it's been 5 years.
Goes by fast, I guess. You think that's gonna be? I hope that's gonna be good.
The funny thing is, if you think about that much, how old was Billie Eilish when the last James Bond film came out?
Oh Jesus! Right. Right. I know.
You saying that like I'm the bad guy?
God.
Boom, boom.
Ah.
Hey, look! If you've got kids, you'll get the joke.
Battlestar Galactica is coming back also.
Yes, and they're basing it on the original '70s version too.
Trying to bring back Stargate.
No, none of that fucking where they make the silent human being looking picture.
No.
Thanks up for that. Shit.
They're trying to get a Robotech movie together, which they've been trying to do that for years.
I
loved it better than Gundam.
I've heard I heard with regards to Battlestar coming back that there was a lot of behind the scenes drama in trying to get the right pitch for it. I don't think it's going to work, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
because
I mean we already lost.
You're not getting anything new.
Right.
I was listening to a different podcast because obviously there are many podcasts that are available.
Oh yes.
And this person was invited to make a pitch for Battlestar. And they went back to the guys who wrote the original one. They went to the guys that wrote the revival and said, this is my idea. Do you have a problem with that? And they said, do you know what? Yeah, that's fine. What I don't want you doing is just basically rehashing something that we've done. We want you to, do something new, do something different. And they don't. They just want to try and repurpose. And I think that's the thing where things then fall apart these days. That if you take something and you're repurposing it, or if you're not being faithful to it, you can do a continuation. You can do a continuation and say, do you know what? I'm going to be referential to the original. But if you're going to restart it and retool what you've had, then it's never going to be.
What's like the Greatest American Hero thing got scrapped. They did the pilot and everything, and they said it's garbage.
People are always going to say, "Hey, do you know what? It's you're basic. It's like J.J. Abrams' Into Darkness. You're doing the Wrath of Khan, and you've not done a good version of it.
No, he wasn't Khan. Yeah, he was.
It's like that. So it's a case of, well, do you know what, mate? You're no Lorne Green. But the James James Olmos version of Adama is completely different to the Lorne Green version.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it good, because you are doing something new and doing something unique with it. And that's the thing. You need to be, you can still be referential, but do something new.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same, but different.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping the guy who plays who they got playing Spike from the Cowboy Bebop is getting well soon, because I really want to see that live action series.
See, I don't do anime.
So far, that's the only anime I've seen. A few animes, but that's the only one which I've really loved the most of all.
I don't watch anime or Belle Delphine. But what was I thinking that I think could come back that would be?
Well, they are making Masters of the Universe. Speaking of that, but they are making a Masters of the Universe live action movie.
Kevin Smith is doing the Netflix stuff for MOS. That's going to be interesting. I think they'll be still the same.
If they did a live action Thundercats, but like really good.
Oh, there was a person who did a really good overlay YouTube version of it that had Vin Diesel.
Yeah, that's what I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Hey, Hebrew from Eternia, what's up?
Hebrew from
No, that's the Hebrew, right? Hebrew, right there. It's on the side.
I know, I
Did you
can
look?
see it. I can see it. Hebrew.
The one thing
King said hello to Beef Dad.
Yeah, well, yes, he's alive and living under UKs. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
So let's see what else they're bringing back.
Like I say, you may have seen him in Doctor Who magazine at some point.
Yeah,
a couple of weeks back. Yeah.
Well, no, it's about halfway through last year. But yeah. That's it. I think when you're doing something new, you have to be referential to the original. You don't need to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but also do something unique, do something new, because
And I think that's half the reason. I think a lot of times when they do these video game movies, that's their problem too. They're trying to honor the video game so much that they forget there's a lot of people who are not into it. And
the best video games now are the ones with the best stories.
Yes.
Yeah. G.I. Joe's coming back also. It's another sequel in the fall.
If you look at video games are to a certain degree as popular as cinema. If you look at The Last of Us, which is done as a dramatic movie, you get
it's
to
like Star Wars Fallen Order. That was done. That felt like a movie. It was done in a very cinematic way.
Definitely. So
I Hebrew from Eternia. Yeah, that's
Is Fallen Order one-off, or is that going to have a continuation?
No, it's going to get a sequel.
That's going to sequel. Yeah, I was just playing that before, actually.
I don't agree with.
I've got it, not got round to it, but it will be like Uncharted for me.
It is really
off that Cyberpunk's being delayed till September.
Oh, I got a question for Connor. I don't know if you noticed. When is Taika Waititi's Time Bandits coming out?
Time Bandits?
I actually don't know, but because he's now attached to Akira
and Star Wars,
he's doing his own independent movie next, which I think he's already filmed.
And Mandalorian 2, season 2.
And Mandalorian 2, yeah.
I presume that's only going to be.
Oh, Thor, Love and Thunder.
And Thor, yeah. He's busy. He's really.
I know.
Wow.
He might never.
He is doing that for. Was it Apple? He was doing Time Bandits for Apple.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever get around to it. Just
really?
I don't think he'll ever do Akira either. To be honest.
I think he'll do Time Bandits.
I agree with that. I think Time Bandits is. If you're going to say it's going to be a stripped up remake of Time Bandits, then think about the people who were in the original Time Bandits.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if you can do a remake.
And say, right, I'll tell you what, let's put that in. Let's recast this. And it's like, how the hell do you do that? How the hell
you can't
put these people together? You can't. And not being funny, to have someone as who would you have as God now, apart from Morgan Freeman? Because not being funny, if you want God, it's the only
God. David Warner also, the devil. Who's better than him?
Don't, because
I'm saying nobody.
Yeah, that's it.
Nobody.
I agree, Mongo.
I've not met David Warner, but when I do, I will cry tears of happy joy. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, I do. I don't think Time Bandits should be done, to be honest with you. It doesn't. It doesn't need to be done again.
And I even though they haven't said anything about it, I don't think there should be a remake or even a sequel to Baron Munchausen, which I love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad that Disney put a stop to the Die Hard prequel sequel, because I didn't want to see anything before Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah,
and I don't want to see him as a cop in New York or whatever. I don't care about that.
What's the point? Why do you want to watch John McClane's marriage going to shit?
No, they're trying to make it seem as though he did something. He was the reason why he was.
I don't want to see that.
It's because he had all this experience before it.
Yeah, I know, but part of the thing was that he was just like not paying enough attention to his wife and felt really bad. And
I don't want to see that.
All things considered, I'd rather be in Philadelphia. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary.
Yeah, but now we got Sam Raimi's trying to get Bruce Campbell to be Ash one more time in an Evil Dead movie. I don't think he's going to budge, but
if he's going to come back, I want to see him come back as Briscoe County Jr. if they can't get him as Ash.
And we got Bill and Ted 3 coming out too.
No, I don't even want Briscoe County Jr. I just want Bubba Hotep 2.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm a simple man of simple needs.
I'm happy we're getting Bill and Ted 3.
Yes.
I want to see that. That's going to be exciting. See how many more theories Moffat can steal.
That is a happy. But I think if they do 3, don't do 4. Do that. Close the circle.
Yes.
Leave it that.
Yes.
Make it a trilogy. Star Wars the shit out of it. Make it 3. No more than that.
Right. But now what are you going to do with Star Wars now?
I think I honestly think it's dead.
Throw the dirt on top of the casket.
Jesus.
Well, I'm sorry, but where look? The final order is finished with. The rebellion has won. What can you do with these characters that isn't there now?
Right.
Nothing. And but to be honest with you, this is too big a topic for a 52-minute cast.
Yes, I know. You can go hours with Star Wars.
If you do one and say Star Wars, where now?
Right.
Yeah, then that's a different thing, because
I know without George Carlin, I know.
Yeah, sadly without George Carlin.
Yeah, the holes are there.
He made the movie. I'm sorry, he was one of the people that really did make the movie.
Yep. That's it. Yeah, that will be the thing for me that will be missing from Jay and Silent Bob reboot when I get to watch that, because the rules of the
I'm still going to watch that too.
Yeah, you're not going to have George Carlin and you're not going to have Carrie Fisher.
No.
I think I don't think 14 Star Wars movies are going to happen because of the box office of Rise of Skywalker. I think that's going to get cut down to 3.
Just same way.
What's that, Connor?
It's going to maybe be 4. They can probably
hold on, Scott.
4 avatars, but not.
What did you say, Connor?
There's either 2 or 3 trilogies in production, or pre-production, or whatever, isn't there? And then there's like Taika Waititi's film, Kevin Feige's film.
Yeah. Ryan Johnson's still doing a trilogy.
They're going to the High Republic. That's the next thing.
Why are there so many different Star Wars projects?
I know.
I think they anticipated Rise of Skywalker doing like $2 billion, and
I'm not even convinced that Waititi thing is going to happen.
Well, I think it is, because you remember how he ripped them before, and now he's like, so many years later, he's got the opportunity to do it. I think he would do it for spite. Absolutely.
I think Waititi should do. I think what should happen is Waititi should do the Feige film. Have them team up, because then at least I think that's sort of like the saving grace, because Waititi is like one of the hottest directors in Hollywood at the moment. But also Kevin Feige is a very steady ship.
Right. Well, that could be not just one movie. That could be a trilogy that we're not aware of.
I actually like the idea of getting people like Scarlett Johansson and stuff into Star Wars. Some of these
they said definitely Brie Larson and Chris Evans would be in Kevin Feige's movie.
Great. So we got another bitch fest from her.
Even Brie Larson in all the white male hating ways, I wouldn't mind in a Star Wars film.
Yeah, but you can't put all the Avengers in the damn movie, though. You can't put all the Avengers in.
No, but I also don't want people bland as fuck like Daisy Ridley either.
To be honest with you, the thing with Star Wars is where they're going now is going to be going to what they call the high. You know, you had
the unknown regions.
They're going to be going to something called the High Republic.
Yeah, you got to be high.
I think it's going back before New Hope.
It's going like 400 years.
But what you can do is you could say it's not as far back as Old Republic. It's like in the middle. You could still have Yoda in it. You could have a younger Yoda in it because we have from the Mandalorian an idea of how long his species lives and how they age and everything like that.
Yeah.
There's a really good podcast that my friend does called A Spark of Rebellion. And that's how this thing is going to go now. It's going to be what's it called? I think they refer to it in the visual dictionary as well, which is going to be the High Republic. So I think that will be the thing. It's all going to be earlier doors. It's than that. Yeah.
But is that wise to keep going in the past?
Yeah, yeah. Because what do you do with Ray now? Ray doesn't really serve a purpose.
Why can't you jump ahead?
But I think there's no.
The only way you can jump ahead is Ray making her own Jedi training academy.
But why don't you jump ahead beyond that where they're not even mentioned?
Training force-sensitive ex-stormtroopers with issues.
Yeah, but do you think that Star Wars needs to go forward beyond beyond?
I think the going too far forward is that you don't have the connective. If you get rid of Rey completely and have it not mentioned, as you said, Joe, the issue there is you don't have the connective tissue there,
right,
to engage the audience as much as. Because I think that's as.
But you're kind of limited when you go in the past. You can't do certain things.
No,
that will disrespect the. Like you can't do too many things that's going to disrespect what's going to come ahead.
What you could do now, what you could do is you could do a separate storyline that took place during the time.
Chewbacca's older sin. Chewbacca runs through the whole prequels, sequels, and the new stuff. We've got a precedent with Baby Yoda about how that species aged. You can have a young Yoda. You can have the High Republic, and you can still have the Jedi Order because you have what Alec Guinness said in the first film that for 1,000 years the Jedi were a force of in the galaxy. So you've got a pre-Empire type thing there anyway, and you can go prior to the prequels without crossing over into old.
Who would you have as the protagonist for that early Jedi timeline?
Well, you can even touch on Plagueis. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
technically, I mean, everybody's seen The Rise of Skywalker, right?
Huge Star Wars nerd, but you can have enough there.
Did everybody see Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, you saw?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so technically, I mean, if you think about it, the Emperor was brought back through what, cloning means or something? Like
no,
his body shrivels up the clone like it's a friggin' like he keeps getting cloned, doesn't he?
That's supposed to be his actual body.
Hang on.
After the fall down the shaft. That's his
actual body.
That's actually still him.
Apparently, it's explained
in the book.
It's explained in the visual dictionary how it's done. How he came back.
Why can't he come back again?
I've got a crib sheet. Hang on.
Why can't he come back again?
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some may consider to be unnatural, which means I haven't got time for this.
Yeah.
And that's how he comes back.
Right.
So
like if he was cloning Snoke and throwing a whole bunch of things, why can't they just clone a body of himself? And he wanted Rey to kill him, right?
Well,
he can just possess her, or he can go in a clone body. I mean,
okay. Number one, the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some may consider to be unnatural. Number two, we don't have time for this.
Right.
That's how I explain that one.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you want to, wow.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Apparently, he was.
The big problem for me with that film was that there was no connection.
Yeah, poor Anakin. They shit on Anakin like.
Okay, right. I tell you what. I tell you some of my problems that I experienced with The Rise of Skywalker. Lando Calrissian. Poe Dameron basically doesn't know him from Adam. The only time he meets him is on that planet. And it's only a very passing acquaintance.
Well, they all know him from Leia. He's famous.
But you know what? There's no personal connection. It's just like, hey, do you know what? Yeah, there was this guy I've just run with and stuff like that. So when all the stuff in that battle at the end, regardless of how they got there, it's all going wrong, and he hears that voice. It's like, hey, we're all here. It doesn't really mean anything to Poe when all those ships show up, because he doesn't have an emotional connection to Lando.
Right.
There's not that. So that's it. That's a disconnect for me, because you don't get that, like, oh, it's that one guy who he knows and everything like that has come back to take him, because you know what, they're just like, they just like brush.
You saw that as like a disrespect.
Well, it's not even a disrespect. It's just a case of, they happened to get a lift together once.
Yeah. All right. So Monk says the Emperor that died in Return was a clone. No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
No. That was really the Emperor.
No.
Yeah.
It says here that the Sith Eternal, the hooded figures on Exegol in the film.
Go on.
The Sith hooded figures on Exegol used technology and the occult to bring Palpatine back, and they'd been trying for years. So it was kind of magic.
I've heard this, because basically what it is the Sith, the guys you see all in hoods, all Exegol, and that they are the Sith Eternal, and basically what they are is big Sith, for want of a better description. They're the money guys. They're the hedge fund managers of the Empire. So it's them who've got the money, who've had the ships built and everything like that. But you have to read the book to make this stuff all make sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think that is one thing I would like to see a movie delve into, is that sort of Sith lore. I think that Rise of Skywalker did a good job in setting up some questions about the Sith.
Yeah, it's true.
It felt like we saw more of them in this than we had in the previous trilogies.
I would like to see a Darth Vader trilogy. Him hunting down the Jedi throughout the galaxy.
We've had 2 Darth Vader trilogies.
Just actual Darth Vader going and hunting. When Yoda, they sent out the distress signal to stay away, and for the Jedi to just hide and go away. He just goes and finds each one of them.
I think someone made a very good point that I was talking to and listening to the other day, is that, because I think you've got, is it Rebels, the new series is coming up, is it season 8? No, is it Rebels or whatever? What you need to do is basically where Ashoka says, do you know what, I'm done, and you need to cover Anakin's disenfranchisement with the Jedi High Council. Because when you get to Revenge of the Sith, he's already sort of like got the arse with him, to be honest with you. You need to, so if you do a animated series that builds up that disenfranchisement, then that would be good, because that would make sense within the context of the story.
Right.
The other problem I have with Rise of Skywalker is where you've got like Finn. And the other stormtrooper, the girl one, and says, do you know what I mean? It's sort of like, all of a sudden, we thought this was wrong. And it's like, I would have liked it that she turned around to him and said, well, we stopped because we heard about you. That validates Finn as a character, because there's no reason.
Yeah, there's no validation in what he did.
Yeah.
He's like a non-playable character in the movie.
To just for him to turn around and say, yeah, the thing I always wanted to tell Rey was that I am force sensitive. Well, that doesn't make sense, really. But for him to say, do you know what, I felt this was wrong, and then for her to turn around and say, yeah, we were ordered to shoot a whole village of people. Why did we all stop? Oh, well, all of a sudden we became force sensitive, and we got a Skype group chat call, and they said, don't do this, it's wrong. But no, it's not. He just says, do you know what? We heard about you. And then it makes sense that why he's this big dick swinger in the rebellion army, because otherwise his character's.
I want to know how the Force makes someone Force sensitive, because they don't really delve into it. Is it a potluck thing, or is it conditioned kind of thing? Because I want to learn about that in the film.
Midichlorians.
Yeah,
or you collect 4 tokens from a newspaper and then you go on holiday.
You say midichlorians, but not everybody's got the midichlorians. The way they made it sound in the
it's to do with the concentration in the blood.
I think Phantom Menace tried to explain it, but it hammed it up so fucking much.
I think so.
Yeah, it didn't really
ruin that one.
It didn't really fly.
I'll tell you what, I can't hate on. The thing is, time is a great healer, I suppose. And nostalgia is an amazing boat ride.
Right.
So to a certain degree, where we are now, some people are looking back nostalgically, and the people who were of an age that perhaps we may have been when we saw the first Star Wars films, are the people are getting to that point in their lives where they'll look back on the original trilogy and look back on the prequels and say, oh, do you know what? Yeah, and have that same associative feeling.
Right.
They're not all bad. They are not all bad, but the holes are bigger.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. The holes in the weave, the holes in the jumper are bigger on this one. So it's easy to get, the snags are bigger. It takes you out of it more. I think that do you know what the best things about Rise of Skywalker, that you guys will probably say this, and you may have said this on, I don't know. Do you do a podcast on YouTube, Joe?
Yes.
Oh, well, so yeah, you might have said it on a previous video.
Yes. Everything's sure.
The best things about the movie were the ones that you did not expect. Did you expect Wedge to show up in that final battle?
I love that. That was great.
Yeah, you love that, because do you know what? You didn't. I
was happy, very happy.
If you were saying, I know what's going to happen in the next Star Wars movie, you would not have said, hey, guess what? That guy's going to show up at the end of it and blow the shit out of us.
Right. I love that.
You didn't. And that's the thing. That is the best type of fan service you can have in the movie, is giving you something you wanted, but you did not know you wanted.
It's like the Crisis of the Infinite Earths when we got Grant Gustin with Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You didn't know that was going to happen, and you know what? That was probably the best thing out of that.
Yes.
That's fan service. Giving you something that you wanted, but you could not.
That was the one thing they kept secret too.
You could not have.
Good Lord, you didn't even know that was coming.
You can predict it, and then you give it in, and that's what it is. It's that surprise that makes you go, "Oh my God, that all makes sense now." Why did I think that this was going to happen? That is the best fan service you can ever have in any show or movie franchise.
Yeah,
because to a certain degree, you can pull out plot points and say, well, I think this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and then it ends up being unsurprising.
Right.
But surprises are the things that make it all stick with you. And that's me on Rise of Skywalker.
There you go. All right. What else? What other movies can we talk about?
Dune. What about Dune?
Dune.
Which one? Oh, Dune.
What, Dune, where's my car?
I thought you said, dude. Where's my car house?
When is that coming out now?
Dune, where's my car?
Everybody's in that movie.
December.
Patrick Stewart's in that one. Yeah.
Everybody's in that movie.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, well, speaking of Picard, how do you think that's going to go?
I think it's going to go.
Yeah.
We've been promised the second season.
I think
I agree. Car is not
I'm going to watch it and view it for myself, because do you know what? There are some people who I've watched Discovery season 1 and season 2, and do you know what? I just remove it from the other Star Trek, and I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I thought it was. I mean, was it?
Yeah, I don't know why anybody.
The originals? No. Did I think it was good? Yes. I mean,
I wish they kept Anson Mount though as Captain Pike for it. I wish they kept him on for the next season.
There are talks going on right now.
That's and like I say, fan service. That's a spin-off you didn't know you wanted, and you watch that and you go, "Do you know what this guy's actually?"
Yeah, he was spot on with it. He was.
Oh God, I love. He made the show.
He's a hell of a lot better as Pike than he was as Blake
Humans.
in Humans. Yeah.
Screw that.
So yeah,
I was talking to a buddy of mine at work. I told him the Shang-Chi movie, that reminds me of something that should have been on their streaming service. And that Eternals movie that's coming out, it reminds me too much of Inhumans. It does.
You could make Shang-Chi.
That's milking it.
Shang-Chi would be best suited as a spy weekly series on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Or Disney Plus now, to be honest.
Yeah.
I heard that Captain Pike might be getting his own series. I heard they're in talks right now.
What? They're going to do that with
I heard they're in talks.
He's too good, to be honest with you.
Pike series.
Yes, please. I'll be happy with that.
I'd watch that. I don't care if they even said before the first season started, we're promising a second series. I would not bitch about that because I think Moss or whatever his name, did an excellent job.
Yeah.
And Rebecca Remain, she did an awesome job.
Oh, don't. Well, I just watch her just like walk into shop.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
That would give me stirrings.
Definitely. Is she still married to the guy who played Sliders? Because I know she was at one time.
What, Jay O'Connell?
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I know. I'm trying to remember. If Rebecca remains, I'm sorry. She's also been the best.
I don't know. I'd need to be cleaning my buffers.
Wow. What else? I don't get quiet, right?
Yeah, maybe we should talk about Doctor Who next on a separate video.
This is a lot. We could talk about Doctor Who right on this one too.
Yeah, but how are you going to edit this?
There is no editing it. It goes right. It's up right now. It's live stream.
Oh my goodness! Right.
It's live.
Well, anyway, you know that Doctor Who episode that we already know what's going on.
Well, this episode's like in a matter of how many hours for you guys?
Are you sure you don't want to do a clack episode?
No. I mean,
it'll be.
I'm Matrixlord212, and this is a 1 million episode of cast.
If only I'm that lucky.
I'm going to wait until I get home to watch it on my special site anyway. So.
Ooh, special site.
I have to work. I'm going to miss it like last week, and I'm going to have to catch it when I get home. So.
Yeah, well, I bet you're not going to miss much.
Well, to be honest with you, spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
There's a big spoiler alert out there.
Yes, we learned that pimping ain't easy because they tried to get Ryan a date. Ryan's got another.
Yeah, he's just he's chasing off the skirt every episode now. You what?
He tries to get with another girl.
I tell you what is going to be great, I think, is that Robert Glenister is just not going to be so pissed off with people bringing you up with all these awful pictures of him. Caves of Andromeda saying, "Can you sign this, please?" At least he's got a more up-to-date picture to autograph at conventions.
Don't you dare!
I don't know. It's going to be. I don't know. You reckon it's going to be a good episode tomorrow? I think it will.
I have a question. Like, why are we getting a first look of this like we did the other 3 episodes? Why isn't there a clip? Why isn't there a clip? Why do you need one?
Why can't you just wait till it comes?
So wait, we just do with the first 3 episodes, then we just stop?
Yeah, they give up on marketing this shit after like 3 weeks because they know that nobody gives a shit after 3 weeks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's no clip, there's nothing. It's just all right.
They gave us two excellent episodes and 1 stinker, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Well, I beg to differ, sir.
Ooh.
Well, yeah. Well, the first one was possible. The second one wasn't.
I don't like the second. I think the June one.
I will watch tomorrow's, and I will, as with every Doctor Who episode, I will go in like someone who's had a big head injury.
You'll probably come out with that, to be honest.
Well, you had to have a big head injury to.
I reckon what happened.
As long as they don't call it Dr. Ruth instead of Doctor Who.
I will go in with a significant head injury and not remember what has happened before.
Oh, like a lot of people are watching the show now.
Well, yeah. Well, ironically, that's the sort of thing that it's there at the moment. Is we're now after tomorrow, we are basically going to be at the midpoint of season.
Right.
That's
the midpoint.
Remember, is that we are going to be at the. So if there isn't anything to get you guys on board to be pulling in those numbers, and look, I tell you what, you can have your +7, you can have your digital whatever, but you can't get away from the point is that there are things that it is just dropping off.
He's getting lazy with stuff. He's not paying attention to canon. He's just.
Well, no. Do you know what? I'm not even aside from that. It's the case of the people who are always going to watch stuff online are always going to watch stuff online.
Yeah, it's basically now there's just appeasing.
Because the way I think now in 2020, the way that people watch television shows is pretty much set in stone.
Yeah,
because every channel is the same. So your digital edition of that is going to be there. So to a certain degree, where you could say the overnight figures are irrelevant, actually they do still have an element of relevancy because of how the rest of the people just do their stuff. You can say every week your add-on is going to be that much because those people are always going to do it that way. So if you are having a tailing off on your overnight, that is saying that perhaps you're not keeping that people who will be your casual viewer. You've lost the casual viewer.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. They keep saying this is not for the fans, this is for the outside people. But the people outside are not watching it. So I don't know why
if they are, it's like, okay, I'm just curious what it's like. They watch one episode, that happens to be the sucky one, and then it's okay, I'm not gonna watch it again.
Yeah. So it's not all inclusive anymore.
Can you understand what I'm saying, Phil? I don't actually think that's an unfair comment to make. That's not a slight against anyone. That's just how people watch TV now. There are going to be a core base of people to say, I'm only going to watch it on catch up. I will only watch it through iPlayer.
Well, honestly, if I wasn't working, I would watch it live.
On what we got here.
So you're if you put it in election sense, your floating voter will always be the on the night viewers. So if you are losing those, then that is still taking it off your baseline.
Yeah.
You are losing that percentage.
Yeah.
Because that people who will always watch it on iPlayer are always going to be there.
Well, the question is going to be how bad could it possibly get this season? The ratings wise.
That depends on the story.
I don't think it will get that bad. I think it's a case of people just have this expectation that Doctor Who all of a sudden is going to have this message resurgence.
It's not.
Which it isn't.
The only way
Doctor Who is just going to be this quaint little show.
Yeah.
I don't think Doctor Who is made for this. It's not made to be as successful as. I don't think it could ever compete with these big shows. It's just not.
It's never going to be Game of Thrones. It's never going to be.
It's still a niche. It's a niche thing still. Even if it's New Who, it's still niche.
It's always going to just coast. It's always going to coast at that point.
But don't you think when you keep it? Don't you think when you keep it from the fan for like 10 months, a year and a half, 2 years, don't you think that every time they do that, they lose a huge portion of the fan base?
They lose a lot of people.
Yeah, but you can't make a season overnight. You've got.
I understand that, but here's the thing, right? 10 months we get, right, of filming, right?
Roughly.
Do you realize that this series ends in March, right?
Mm-hmm.
So technically, we should get the new series 10 months later, right? We should get it maybe January, right? We're not getting that. They purposely, strategically delayed the special to 10 months from basically the end of Series 12. So it's going to be the illusion that, oh, yeah, Doctor Who's coming back, let's say January 1st. But it's not. It's the special that they put on the shelf that they held because they're not filming until super late. So technically, it will be 18 months that you didn't see Doctor Who this time.
What if when Doctor Who finished on the 1st of March, that held over episode will be shown in the summer or something?
They're not going to show it in the summer.
Why not?
Because they know how long people are going to have to wait the Series 13. So they're going to try to push it back to at least January 1st or Christmas.
I will quite happily answer both of you on this to counterpoint because I don't like talking, as you know. Right, Phil, you're never going to get a seasonal special. It's not like Bobby McFerrin from the end of Brighton Pier bringing you the greatest hits of Shawaddy Waddy. You're not going to have that. There's no such thing as a Doctor Who. We're just going to drop an episode in the middle of the year for a fun shits and giggles. It ain't never going to happen. Never has. Never will.
Well, then it's going to be. It's going to
be in the place of Series 13. They're going to have the special on January 1st. Then you're going to wait many months. You would be lucky if you get Series 13 in 2021. And if it does start, it will probably be August or September.
What they're trying to wait until, okay, here comes the 60th anniversary. You only have to wait maybe, let's say,
well, now we're getting way far. Wait, now we're going too far now.
From the special as it is. So
now we're just getting too far. First of all, the main point is that they are not filming till beyond July, like whatever. So 10 months from then, it will be completed.
Yeah.
So you have to put the special January 1st in 2021, and then you'll probably get Series 13 in 2022. No, and then you'll get the 60th in 2023. He's done it. 2018 was Series 11. 2019 technically was the special. 2020 is Series 12.
If I may, your original point was, does a large gap hurt the show? Yes.
Now we're getting a larger gap now.
Right. Okay. Does a large gap hold the show, damage the show? Yes, it does, because what it is you don't have the casual viewer pickup. You don't have it. And
but you'll damage it even further because if you keep doing this.
Yeah, but what hang on. You damage it because the casual viewer that you may have attracted will drift off. And this is what it is. And like I said, it just seems to be Doctor Who viewing figures as a whole, even with the +7s, is a plateau, and you're never going to get beyond that. You have to accept that Doctor Who viewing figures are always going to be that.
But I feel that it would get so low that
filming this year is going to be what? Late spring, summer, early summer. They've already done they've already filmed the New Year's Day special for 2021.
If that is for the New Year's Day, if that is for it.
All right, if it's Christmas or it's a New Year's, it's not going to be Easter.
No, I mean in general, in any place where they put it, wherever they put it, if it
either Christmas or New Year's Day.
To be honest, it could very well be Easter.
I don't think they're going to do that close from Series 12.
Why bother?
They're not going to do it.
But then why film it so early and not use it at all then?
It is there to be a breaker.
Okay, I'll tell you what, why film it now? I'll tell you why, because Bradley Walsh is so fucking busy.
Correct.
That you can't get all of them all in the same place at the same fucking time. So why not just do it at the end of when we're filming season 11?
July. That's when they're filming because they're fucking busy, basically.
Season 12. So there you go. That's why we do it. We just film it now because we've got Bradley Walsh here. Because I tell you what, Bradley Walsh is too fucking busy. Bradley Walsh, to be honest with you, as you will probably find out as the season goes on, will probably be phoning it in. Will look like he's disinterested, doesn't want to be there, and he'll probably be gone by the end of the season.
I don't agree. I think they're all going to be there for Series 13.
I'm not saying that through someone's told me this.
I don't think it's wise.
That is just my personal feeling.
I don't think it's wise for them to carry on having the same companions of Series 13. Change them up now. She needs different.
Doesn't care.
Graham and Ryan are all gone by the end of this year, so it won't fucking matter. That's just my own personal feeling.
Chibnall doesn't care. He'll do it like Broadchurch. It'll be 3 years, 3 seasons.
Yeah,
that's just going to be a boring fucking.
I have no insider. I have no insider knowledge on this. I have no.
Put the special out. Let's say in April, right? But, you're talking like beyond a year. You're waiting for Doctor Who. You're going to make the fans wait that long?
Well, how long have you waited since last year?
Exactly.
I mean, but it's going to be longer than that, though. Yeah.
Last one started in.
Because usually when they take a break, they come back. They're not coming back for a long time because she's doing the movie. He's doing.
Yeah, look, you get the New Year's Day special. Doctor Who will return in 2021, which will be New Year's Day special. And then you'll probably come back in fucking April. And then you'll get the 60th maybe being the lead into the most critically acclaimed or highly viewed season the next season.
Exactly, Monko.
That's the insane thing, is that's what it'll be. And
Graham's the only one people really give a damn about.
No, Graham will be gone.
But you know what? Right now with Graham, they're making him into a bit of a, the comedy stall thing. Right now, he's not really getting the meat behind the bones sort of thing.
How much? Look, not being funny. How much did you see Graham this week? How much did Graham actually do?
Not much.
You are going to find
10%, 5%.
You are going to find that the amount that Graham does is just reduced.
Sutek. Anybody wants a donut? No, I don't want your donut.
You're about a Dunkin', son. Yeah. There are other donuts available. But I would say, look, I tell you what, you will see Bradley Walsh's involvement dialing back, to be honest with you.
Is this Ruth a real character?
Yeah, she is.
Yes, she is.
She's definitely a Time Lord.
She's called Ruth.
We're not sure what, but there's something.
Oh, God, are we talking about this one?
Ruth is the Ronnie, probably. No?
Yeah. We might be completely wrong. She might just be
it's probably a fucking scrub character.
She's just disposable for now.
I mean, that rumor came from where? What, Gallifrey Base originally?
That ain't happening.
Well, who knows?
No, it came from.
You've already got the Doctor. You've already got the Master. They've already put it back to the last of the Time Lords. Why do you want to add another one to the mix? No, but
I don't know. Maybe she's one that. Maybe she's one that got away. She's one that got away, and now.
No.
Why not?
What? Because you're just like pinning your hopes and wishes and dreams.
Well, no, but if you're going to build up this Gallifrey storyline that's coming up, you're going to have to pepper it with.
Why do you want to? Why do you want to add another one to the mix without any character development?
Who knows?
You can just Doctor and the Master.
Yes, his character.
You like Gallifrey. I don't. Fuck you. End of story. There
is another rumor that Yaz is going to be turned into a Cyberman, which of course we've never
seen.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, apparently so.
Well, at least then we see some emotion.
Why are they copying like so friggin' ridiculous?
Because they can't write worth the shit.
I don't know. I've never seen the Sound of Drums, so I couldn't know.
What they're doing is they're looking at the book. Okay, they're looking at the books, they're copying and pasting things that are said and done, and putting them in the scripts. That's all they're doing.
When you've got a show that's been around for this long, it's hard not to tread over the same ground.
Exactly.
I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that, and I understand it. But
In 2000, well, Series 13 they're going to film in China, but not.
But the worst thing was last week, Doctor Who basically pulled their trousers down and said, "Have a go if you want to make a YouTube video," and it basically did, because the worst thing is that there's that very famous clip that just when Chris Chibnall got thrown up as the showrunner, where he lambasts Kit and Jane, Pip and Jane, and said, "This isn't Doctor Who." And then basically what he did was he pulled a mysterious planet on Orphan 55 and said, "Hey, guess what? It's Earth all along." And that is the worst part, that you've basically just like made yourself look like a hypocrite.
Correct.
On the internet, and you've done yourself dirty, to use a popular nomenclature. It really is. Yeah. He can't walk 5 steps without tripping himself up, and I don't know what he is. Does he just think that everyone watching the show is people who've never watched the show before, or do you think
he's depending so much on that China thing that he's giving himself a right to write shitty episodes?
Well, no, I don't think. Well, no, because the thing is, Ed Hine wrote this last week's one. But what I said to someone this week was, what it does highlight is the case of there needs to be a stopgap. There needs to be a quality controller, which Eric Sayward did, which Uncle Terence did. There's a case of the scripts go to them, they look at it and said, "Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, that's good. That's a bit crap. Yeah, we need to fix this." There needs to be a script doctor in place. There needs to be a script editor that says this stuff, we can't do this. This needs to be sharpened up. This needs to be tightened up. There needs to be a element of quality control that is just done on this, because what it is that you're testing writers who are not familiar or not involved in the genre.
Yeah.
They submit a script.
That's what Job's been saying.
They'll look at it and say, like, okay, it looks like a script and things happen for reasons. Big tick. Whereas in previous years, it goes from them to the script editor and say, "No, this doesn't work. Go back and fix it." They come back with it. "No, it's not fixed." "Well, I'll tell you what, I'll do a little fix on it. Yeah. Then I'll pass it up the tree. Big Chief Monkey Swinger, Dick Monkey Swinger will look at this and say, "Yeah, this looks like Doctor Who to me." And then that gets made. There is no element of quality control.
Marco, I agree with Mark.
They're trying to apply it to the ones that are in the 20s.
There needs to be a script editor.
Yeah, but his ego won't allow that.
No.
He's ridiculous. He's worse than Moffat ever was.
But no, Monk,
worse.
Monk phrased it perfectly. They are trying to piece it so much of the 20s.
When Russell T. Davis had Moffat as a writer, Russell T. Davis would tell him what's wrong and to fix it.
I would quite happily take Stephen Moffat on his worst day than Christian.
Oh, I agree. But
at least you can be assured that Moffat, when he puts something out,
I agree. But
you may be left with king size plot holes, but at least he had his facts straight when he put them down. Chibnall can't do that.
Yeah,
I just don't think he cares.
It is. Doctor Who deserves better than mediocre.
Exactly. I don't think Chibnall cares about continuity. I don't think he cares about anything.
Well, even continuity, whatever. Yeah,
he doesn't care about anything.
Mediocre is just acceptable. Stephen Moffat, you would have, you'd have lows, but you would also have exceptional highs.
Yeah.
In essence, it's going from like bipolar to a Mr. Grey.
Do you think it's the number of episodes
to white toast? And I'm not saying that other brands of toast are available or presuming genders or colors of toast, but I'm saying it's just like, it's going from that highs and lows and somewhere in between you find some greatness. But that's also playing it sort of like, do you know what? Some people will find something on the upswing that is great. Some people will find something on the downswing that is great for them. You know, you're not going to please 100% of the people all the time. We never ever have unrealistic expectations.
But do you think also the number of shows
have generic brand stuff that it just falls apart in the constructive narrative? No one's happy.
It doesn't look like he's giving his heart.
No one is.
He's not passionate about it. It's a job. It's not.
He's allowing that.
It's a job. It's not
allowing that China revenue to come in to give him an excuse to have poor episodes.
It's an ego stepping stone, mate.
He's there. He agreed to this job.
Driven by cash.
He doesn't give a crap about what anybody says.
Because he
does
knows
what he wants.
He knows he will have a job so long as this China revenue is coming through. And
he's got jobs after Doctor Who, but he's just gonna.
If they did not have this China revenue coming in, you better believe they'd be stepping in a New York Minute.
I'm telling you right now, I understand that's paid for, but if the ratings keep going severely bad, they will step in, regardless of them getting the money for the thing, because it's an embarrassment at the same time. It's like, it's their name. So would you let the BBC's name go into shit just to get money from another country? Or would you say, no, we got to take a stand, get the fuck out?
Somebody from China comes in saying, hey.
No, I think, honestly, it could very well be possible that if the ratings drop even further, then there's going to be a talk. I'm pretty sure. There's going to be a course correction for Series 13. That's going to be the last hurrah, and then he's going to be done.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because already they implemented stuff. They had a talk with him. There was a chaos in Cardiff. There was a whole bunch. Whole thing's going on.
Well, what have I missed?
No, I'm saying, like, there will be meetings. There will be, hey, where did we go wrong with Doctor Who? And
well, he must have done something right, because they allowed season 12 to play out. So
yeah, but here's the thing: it's so fucking delayed from series to series because you got a special in the middle. That if you put them back to back to back, you will notice the difference.
Yeah, but it takes time to make a series and build.
Wait, so how much fucking time now? This is well beyond how long it would take Moffat to do. This is fucking ridiculous now.
Here we go. Let's go to war.
This is fucking ridiculous now. You got a series in 2018. Literally. Then you have one fucking episode of Doctor Who in 2019. Now you have a series in 2020. It's a fucking pattern. Now you're going to have a special in 2021. And then you're going to have a whole fucking series in 2022. Then you have the special in 2023.
You're talking about long gaps, but there was only technically a gap of a year between the last episode of Series 11.
Yeah, that's true.
The first episode of Series 12.
Yes, but there will be a huger gap now.
No, I wouldn't bet on it. I would say
May 1st.
Yeah.
And you can't count the special. Special's been filmed with the series.
Yeah, but you can still count the series.
I'll tell you why it won't happen like that. Budget. Because BBC Doctor Who is made by the license fee.
Yeah.
You can't like say it's a use it or lose it deal. It's not a case of we can take this much budget and we can put it in a bank and save it till then. It needs to be taken. It needs to be taken, made, spent, and broadcast in that same thing. So it can't be done like that. So even then, you can still have it made. You can still have the Christmas or New Year's Day special done then, and you can still show it before, I think, when is the BBC annual statement come out? June, July. So you could have it go out at the end of May, start of June, and then it will still be within that year's budget. It ain't going to go anywhere else.
You mean I am, don't you?
So rather than what you've had this year, which will be a News Day special running straight into season. You can have it next year. You can have it on News Day, and you can have it May, June. That will be it.
Because
And based on when they're going to be starting production for next year, based on when they're going to start filming, that's how it's going to be.
Listen, I understand. There's one thing too. There's no way Chibnall's going to give up the 60th. He wants to be the one to do the 60th.
I'm not convinced actually that there will be a 60th.
There will be a 60th, 100%.
Why?
Because
it's paid for already. They're already planning already.
Who's
Eccleston's in it. Eccleston's in it.
No, he will not.
No, he will be in it.
He will never do one. Never.
He is doing this one.
No, he's not. He's not even touching.
He's definitely doing this one.
No, he's not, Joe. Stop it, man.
No, he is.
The fans and the people on TV that interview these actors might hope that something happens. They might ask them questions about it. For example, there was a person on morning TV a couple of days ago that asked Tennant if he'd ever return. But I don't think that 60 years is something that they'd celebrate with a special.
It's taken Christopher Eccleston 10 years to do a Doctor Who convention.
Yeah.
And you're going to get him back to the show in 2 years? No, I don't think so, son. Ain't going to happen. No classic Doctors. You'll be lucky if you
didn't say that. I'm just saying.
You will be lucky if you will get Smith and Tennant.
I bet you the 60th is going to be a new Doctor vehicle. A new Doctor vehicle. That's the 60th. That's what I think.
Jodie will headline that.
No, she won't be there.
It'll be a 3-part. It'll be a 3-part, and Jodie will regenerate in the middle. Boom. They'll do it a 3-part.
And then you'll get a black male Doctor.
So Phil's going to be the new Doctor.
So, Connor, you're saying that Chibnall's not going to have 15 series under his belt? He's leaving after the 13, you're saying?
Yeah,
I reckon.
Three series.
He's got 5. I thought it was a 5-series plan, not 5-year plan.
That's what the baby.
Now, if we're going to look
you are confusing what you said.
Season when he finally puts the shit out.
You are confusing what is basically a sales deal that will involve a certain amount of series with what is actually with what could actually happen.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about the HBO Max or the China thing. I thought he had 5 series he was supposed to do.
They could have changed that though.
How could they change that?
If he's doing so bad now, will he's he's doing out? They're not going to keep him. They're going to go fuck off. We'll get someone else to do the rest of it.
It's not as simple as that. They won't get a replacement before they fire him.
They can pay him off and send go home.
They have to have a replacement before they fire him, or else Doctor's going to dark for 3 years.
Harry, right? You're saying fire. It's not. No one will ever be fired from Doctor Who. They will choose to pursue new projects elsewhere.
But then again, you have to figure out what's the definition of 5 is.
Yeah.
What?
What's the definition of 5? Are we going to have?
It's not. It's a season.
Yeah, I don't.
It'll be a case of.
I don't see him getting 5.
And it's a case of.
Going to get 4, but
he's done what Broadchurch 1 and 2.
Yeah.
He's not the type of guy who likes to stay around and do playing one sandbit for too long.
He's never stayed in a project beyond 3 years. And that
doesn't mean he won't do it now.
If I'm honest, it wouldn't surprise me if next year was his last one.
Yeah, I reckon
He's not.
Just because
it's too much of a headache for him.
Yeah, but the 60th is a prestige thing.
Why do you want to get like a director or a producer? Why do you want to get typecast?
Okay, here we go. Even though he leaves in 3 years, he stays on just long enough to have his name put on with the 60th.
No, it doesn't work like that.
The reason why I don't think there's going to be a 60th is that 60 years is not important. It's not like a 50 years. Or 100.
Yeah, but still, it's the one time they can get everybody together now, because people are not going to be around if they do 75 years.
Yeah, but I don't think they care about that, because it took it. The Day of the Doctor originally was having issues getting off the ground because it might not have even happened.
Well, that was Moffat's fault, really.
No, it's not.
No, it wasn't his fault. It's just logistics and.
Do you know what?
Basically.
I will defend Stephen Moffat to be on that, because he has to do whatever the money says.
Right.
But seeing what happened to Stephen Moffat, do you think Chris Chibnall wants to stay around and do the 60th and get all the shit that he's going to that will come with doing a anniversary? No, like he doesn't know. I tell you what, he will quite happily press the reset button to say, "You bring in the new Doctor on the 60th. I might attach my name to the incoming, but then whoever's running the show then will be dealing with the new one that comes in on the 60th." That's the only way. That's the only way you get it.
In other words, I'll step back and be more of a supportive.
Who's going to be a showrunner for Doctor Who?
I'll do it. I'm cheap.
You know what? I think
it's going to be a woman.
No, don't say that.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a woman showrunner.
No.
Actually, you know what? That's not a bad shout because
the name that comes to mind is the woman that is writing this week's episode because she was script editor on series 11.
Oh, the one with the foreign name, the one with the funny name.
Yeah, Nina Mativier.
Yeah, her.
I think she might be potential.
No, Pete McT.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, I don't think a season of Witches will go on beyond season 2. Wentworth, I don't know whether he's still going to be. Whether that's going to carry on. Same with Glitch, which is on Netflix. He's writing all the classic box set stuff. He loves the show. Yeah, I'd be happy if he took over. I really do think he would be. Whether you love it or hate it, last year, the people that said this one feels like the most like a Doctor Who episode for me was Kablam. Who wrote Kablam? PMT. There you go. That's the guy you want, really. He's not got the baggage that Chibnall has.
Right.
There isn't baggage associated with this guy. There wasn't baggage with Moffat when he came on. You don't need a showrunner with baggage.
The person that they should get is Jamie Matheson, but they won't.
No, because Jamie Matheson, I don't. To be honest with you, Jamie Matheson does what Jamie Matheson likes, and he don't give a shit. He's very much an antagonist. So, yeah.
All right. I think that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you, guys. Hour and 48 minutes. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I like it that we don't have a time limit. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I could talk for hours. What are you talking about? This is.
I know. Yeah, the time the child turned up to Chibnall himself. Right.
It's Chibnall.
Maybe he'll get blasted by a Dalek. I don't know. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, Beef, Scott, Connor, Matt Rose, Philip. Thank you, commentators. Take care. Bye for now.
I'm Bolster.